You'll have a set amount of reps to complete in 1 minute. That's basically what it means, TLDR. So you're gonna start with that one. That yours? Yay. Thank you, love.
Are 6 items here at this site he has a problem with, and all 6 items reference the brutality of slavery. I'm gonna let it shine all around the world. We'll let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
하더니
얼마나 기다려야 돼? 20minutes 정도는 아니면 30minutes 아니 40minutes 이제.
아쉬워. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. In turn, push up. In 3, 2, and 1. Hands and knees. Back calories up. That's when knees are matter. One side at a time. Oops, sorry.
stained glass. Male, 18, good character, and you have to believe in some kind of religion or some kind of higher power. They don't tell you what, but you have to believe. This bus is in the back there. This room is decorated with a lot of original, you might think of them as today. You see where B is at 10 o'clock, go around the top, that's the guy's first name. All right. Second floor from the building. This is the room that's used probably the most for weddings. And you'll see on that, over there on that map. Everybody, come on in. We're going to finish up here and then.
그거 내 친구가 원 케인 주인. 아니, 한국에는 혼자 먹어요. 네, 리폼 서버 한번. 예전은 안 그러는데.
남자친구는 귀여워.
어디부터 뭐?
Music pushes us to an 8, 9, or 10 floor. Play jack. Banded squat. Put your band. Ringside deadlift, single leg with kickstand. 3, 2, 1, let's go! This is what it's all about. Step into it, 15. Yes, Maggie, go through. You got it.
Number 9 on your left, number 9.
Most of the portraiture done.
Oh, okay. No, I don't want to.
아 이런 거 어때 없어? 아 여기서 나오는 거야? 신기하다. 그런 거 어디? 그러면 그렇지. 나 이거 하나씩. 왜 이거? 이랑 잘못 배워가지고. 스노클을 마시고. 뭘도 이렇게 좋아하지? 그러면 우리 한 2개 더. 여러분. 이유는 나한테는 다 비슷해. 심한 다가 그 신청비 필요한 거.
다행이다.
그러면 그거 보면은 나만 말게. 쓰는 거라서. 하필 둘 허이. 오 짠 거니까. 골드가 없다.
맞아.
전자를 넣지 말아줘.
Back to the website.
Fancy pink drink with matcha cold foam.
동반하신 승객님께서는 메인 캐빈 라인으로 오셔서
Just part of it.